Okay, so we got a deck that is looking good. We are now going to route to the receiver. So we grab our receiver here, pull it out of our bag. Now, there's one thing in here you want to pay attention to. This is a bind clip, and this basically allows the receiver to learn to listen to a different transmitter. Okay, and we'll talk about how that works in a bit. Put the bind clip away, and what we want to do now is we want to connect channels 3. This is from the speed controller, which is going to be the throttle here with the black lead or brown, if it happens to be. It's either black or brown. You'll see on the servos it's brown. The signal on, get this exactly right, get this in macro mode. Okay, signal is white here, it's yellow here. Positive is red, positive is red. Negative is black, negative is brown. Okay, so this is the convention around servo leads. Okay, so we're going to take this and plug it into channel 3 with black negative towards the edge. All right, so you got to go look down in there. Channel 1, 2, 3. There you go. So that's plugged in properly. Signal to the front, back to the back. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where we want to place this, and I like to put it pretty much right here. All right, and this antenna is going to go live over here someplace. All right. And so what I want to do right now is I want to make sure that both of my servos can reach the receiver. So this is going to go, the left servo will go into, it's right servo here, but it'll be left and flying because it will be channel 2. This one will go to channel 1. So make sure that they'll reach them. They have no problems with length. So we know we can put this wherever we want. We just want to make sure we don't put this out of reach of the speed controller, right? So, if you put it over here, for whatever reason, then you'd have a problem because that could barely reach or probably couldn't reach at all. Okay, so we're going to put it right here. So we go here. Again, we're going to be doing the zip tie trick. I don't bother with the foam squares on these. So I want this so that it's not going to get in the way, so I'll put it back a little bit. That's good. And I just put one here. It's got this nice bump on it. And if I put a single zip tie right there, it will keep the, oh, I did that wrong. Sorry. Single zip tie. So I had the wrong orientation so that on a crash, this thing will slide forward. You can see how that is, right? It's got this bump here. That'll keep that thing from going anywhere. And I just did it the wrong way around. So I'm going to make more holes in my deck. That is not a problem. We are very aware of extra holes. Sign of patina. That's a good thing. These things are here to get us flying, not be perfect. Okay, there, and oh, there. All right. Okay, so that's it. You can see how that works. There's crashing forces, which are forward. That'll stop. It's not going to go anywhere. You can still slide it out if you want that way. So that's a nice way to do it. If you wanted to, you could put another one here, right over the top, if you thought you were really going to go to town. I haven't bothered for a while, and there hasn't been an issue. This zip tie can break, though, so I have to make a decision about whether that's going to bother you or not. But it's very unlikely to break. Okay, so the receivers are attached, and now we got to do the servos. There's 2 ways we do the servos. There is the sort of obvious way, which is you take this, this is because we'll do it the flight direction. The left servo goes into channel 2. So get any kinks out of it, run that, get black towards the back, find channel 2, which you can't really see here, but it's right there. I just happen to barely see it right there. Okay, so that's in the right spot. But now we got this problem. We got this floppy old piece of wire, so we got to take care of that problem. This is the old way we used to do it. So you just take this and just wrap it around your finger once, maybe twice, like this. All right. And push a hole through the middle of it. And put your zip tie through. You see what I'm doing. And put it there. And we're good. So that's nice and secured. It's not too tight, but it's not going to get dragged back into the prop. All right, so that's method one. Be careful when you're cutting this. You're going to end up cutting the servo wire if you're not careful. All right, so there it is. That's fine. Come on. There you go. That's nice and neat. One thing, so on this one, I'm going to show you a bad way to try to do the same thing that's along the same lines, and people do this all the time. So they get the connection, and then what they want to do is they want to do this back and forth like this. It's really neat, looks pretty, totally understand why they want to do it. Then they do that. They do it like this. You see that? It's kind of all piled on top. They're usually neater than that, right? All right. Then you put a zip tie over the top of this, and once you've done that, what happens is, and you hold it tight, but it'll eventually get loose, and all this will just kind of go like that and unravel itself. You really have to loop it around the zip tie for that to work. All right, but that's not the technique we're going to use here. The technique we're going to use here is another one that the guys at Maker Shed figured out, or Make Magazine, this guy Dan, I think, where they put the servo wires underneath. So you just cut a slit in the coroplast right here, and then you cut a slit in the coroplast on the side of the servo, on the receiver right here. See it. And open that slit up a little bit with a screwdriver because it's a little hard to do with just the, what call it. And just push that through. And this is very neat. This is it's just a very clean install. I was impressed. And I love it when people make my designs better. Pull that through. Don't get all crazy about putting pliers on this as you pull because they'll break they're kind of delicate. Just be patient. Make it bigger if it needs to. Okay, see that went down. It's slipping right underneath the deck. And then we're going to run it over here flat. Okay, we don't want there to be any twisting, right? Because if it's twisted, then that's going to make it hard to lay flat on the deck. And then we come over to this spot here where we just cut a slit. And we're going to have it come out right next to the channel we want it to be on. And grab this. There we go. Out it comes, and that goes with black towards the back into channel 1, which is right there. Okay, so that's nice, clean install, right? Right there, you see, went right under there. You can do the other one that way too. It's a little bit of a problem if you ever strip the servo and want to change it. It's a little hard to get that out usually. So when this kind of servo goes, I just cut the wire, throw it away, or try to fix it another way, and then slap on a fresh servo. And I should be careful here. I forgot to cut this before. I'm be very careful doing this again because this is a good time to go snick a servo wire by mistake. And there we have it. We have essentially the deck with, oh wait, one more thing to do, which is we want to put this, get the receiver on the antenna in the correct place. So I'm going to put it, I want it away from the battery. This wire, this is very delicate, this component here, and away from the battery, and I will just put it, I'm not going to worry about the if found return to. Well, that's kind of cute. I don't know. Let's see. Put it right there. That'll be fine. Well, you know, I actually prefer to do it like that. This is orientation is not hugely important. And I just put it two like that, and two like that. So I just put in holes around there's a little cylinder in there that's actually holding, I think, the antenna. And that's nice and rigid. So you can just get the, okay. There we go. This one there. And this isn't going to go anywhere now. This is great. Because the antenna does like to get hurt. It's flopping around. People have taped them. I don't really like to tape them anymore because the tape inevitably gets wet, lose something, and you know, just tape is not really your friend for holding components down. It manages to let go generally, which is why the zip ties are here doing the hard work of provide the strength, tape provides the orientation. Okay. All right, so that's a completed deck, and that's great. So we're about halfway through, and what we're going to do right now is power it up and take a look at what we got. So let's go through those steps next.